Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. And why am I doing this on a Saturday night after I'm done working? Hence why I look like this. It's because I want another pool day. It's been... So my last guy that I got, before disclaimers, excuse me, we all know I rant, I'm sorry. Dude's internet went out. And he just kept wanting me to pull up stuff. And it's just like, dude, wait until your internet comes on. Do you have any idea? And I tried to say it as polite as I could. Like, we have hundreds of things on sale all the time. Well, like what? If you think my head hit the desk, you would be correct. My head hit the desk. Like, Mother of God, I am not here to shop for you. Do you need something? No? Wait till your internet comes on and shop. Mother of God. Is your cell phone out? Can you not shop on your cell phone? Please shoot me. All right. In the description box, folks, you're going to find the link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It's written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so-called behavior modification program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much, they've threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused, of course, so you know the drill. Please read the article, share it on all your social media. Also included in there, NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding in case the JRC actually sees through with their threat. Also included in there, the Ozark's first article in regards to the Agape boarding school, now known as Stone for Help boarding school. Situation. A so-called Christian-themed boarding school, by the way, based out of Stockton, Missouri, that takes in so-called troubled male teens, that has impending over 21 civil lawsuits, claims, and allegations leveled against it, all which have been substantiated by the Missouri Department of Social Services, and they include the following: sodomy, rape, sexual assault, child abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, child trafficking, starvation, and that's just for starters. You have one former staff member arrested by the FBI, another a doctor still on the premises with full access to the boys up on multiple, again, substantiated claims of sodomy, rape, and sexual assault of the boys there. You have an attorney general too busy chasing after drag queens and trying and failing to defund public libraries to actually do his job. And you got a governor off his nut, so send help to the remaining poor fools still stuck here who don't have the money to get out. Send us your positive vibes. Read that article, share it on all of your social media. Also included, as always, all the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including the link to this particular analysis done on the center back in 1999 by Dr. Fredda. Hoya's massive archive on the subject. Jennifer Masamba's behavioral sheet of shockable offenses. A clip out of the 7-hour ordeal undergone by Andre McCollins back in 2002. The templates and the ever-present, self-explanatory change.org shut the Judge Rotenberg Center down petition. When we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, all right? This channel is marked not for children for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and watching this, very obviously, parental supervision, very much advised, all right? So where we left off last time, shall we? Aside from issues related to delivery of aversive stimuli to X and other residents, the impact on the individuals who administer this shock is of great concern to this consultant. Fox, McMorrow, Biddle, and Betchel have recommended that each person who is responsible for administering shock should experience the shock prior to its implementation. Right? And no, we don't mean at the lowest setting like you do for news crews. You put them on what those kids are put on, JRC. You shock them at full power. Do not continue to play fast and loose with the truth, even with your own staff. You make them go through what those kids go through every day. Just saying. If direct care staff and administrative staff have not experienced contingent electric shock, they should absolutely do so. If the policy at JRC is to have staff experience the pain of the shock, then follow-up must occur because the pain of the shock is extremely intense and staff must then emotionally deal with the fact that they are administering such severe pain to another person. Get him, Fredda! Get him! Knowing the intensity and the pain involved and then administering such pain, often with great frequency, will likely have a major impact on staff. If there is no emotional impact on the person administering the shock, then he or she is not fit to work with people with disabilities, as they likely do not see the individual as a real person. Go off! Go off! If they do understand and acknowledge the impact of what they are doing to another person, they should receive ongoing guidance from a trained counselor to assist them to reflect on their actions that create pain in another human being. Boom, baby. Seriously, boom. Doesn't that just say it all? Make those staff understand what hell they are putting those kids through. And if they act like sadistic, trigger warning and a curse, sadistic fucks, then they don't need to be anywhere near a person with a disability. But I would go one further. I would say every single last one of those staff need to not only be fired, but have any license or any certification that they have revoked immediately, and they be banned forever working in the mental health or healthcare fields for life. Period. The doctors involved should have their licenses stripped. All clinical staff, all of it removed. Licenses, certifications, everything. I would even go as far to say that the judges who sign off on this, yeah, I would go there. That is the very least of what should happen to these people who continue to sign off in spite of what they know now, because you can't claim ignorance anymore, not with this case. Those videos went viral years ago. Everybody knows what this place is. If you continue to sign off of it, you don't deserve to be a judge. Just saying. This counselor should be on their act. This counselor should be a trained professional, not associated with the JRC, so staff would feel free to express themselves about their experiences without the fear of reprisal or impact on their job. Wow. She ended that with a bang, right? There was some fury in those words. I'm here for it. Anyone delusional enough to think that this is the only way to handle severe behavioral problems are not up on the newest techniques and different programs and treatment plans that there are out there. Okay? Every single state but the state of Massachusetts has been able to ban Aversives successfully. And to sit there and say, well, that's because they said all their worst to us is bull. 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 A lot of kids have extreme behavioral issues. They're not all getting sent to the JRC from all 50 states. The numbers do not work. It doesn't math. So that must mean that Israel said, well, then they're in jail and they're being warehoused. Again, the numbers don't work. If all the people who were experiencing the behavioral problems of the such that he has talked about were all put in jails and asylums, there would be no places left in jails and asylums. The numbers don't work. I see this last part here calling out Dr. Matthew Israel and Glenda Cook specifically. This assessment is very damning, and I can see why Dr. Israel went out of his way to try and discredit it by simply saying, but it's only an hour observation and she didn't see all that she wanted that we do at this center, and she doesn't know all the programs that we have. Yes, she does. Yes, she does, doctor. She has more letters behind her name than you do. To sit there and try to say with her full chest, but she's never had any experience with any kids as severe as ours, is a cop-out. It's a cop-out and it's a lie. The matter of fact is, people, that there are people with behavior issues. Yes, those as severe as those at the JRC, all over the United States, all over the world. And I have the data, the expertise, as well as the eyewitness to be able to tell you that those programs work on those kids. I've seen it happen. I've seen the before and after. Okay? This is straight on point here. Dr. Fredda, even though she has her own issues, counting positive and negative comments for fuck's sake. But she is far more ahead of the curve than JRC has ever been. She is more qualified than Dr. Matthew Israel has ever been. She has more experience than all his flying circus combined. And the fact that she caught all of this in an hour observation is damning. And by the way, every time the doctor sits there and says, well, you're just prejudiced with Aversives. You have no experience of Aversives. With good reason, doctor. With good reason. Because we do not believe, the majority of those of us who worked or are currently working in the profession do not believe that Aversives should be used point blank, period. The torture of children should not be called treatment under any circumstances. There is no devil's advocate. Kids should not be starved, sleep deprived, grabbed and thrown into walls and threatened, and shot repeatedly at 3 times more than a police taser on the light setting. There is no other argument. There's no other argument. There's no debate. And we're going to close out on that. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So if you could, folks, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do hope you have a good one. Bye-bye, everyone.